Yvonne says her husband Walter treated her like a queen in public, but at home he was mean and evil.
That's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That man is evil, very evil. We out in public, yeah, I'm Yvonne. Oh, this is my wife. I want you to meet my wife, Yvonne. But when we at home, I am the capital B-I-T-C-H.
And Yvonne has brought her daughter Marquita to court to testify against her stepfather.
If I forgot my key and left it in the house, he could be inside the house, Your Honor, and he wouldn't let me in. I would have to stay outside until my mom got home.
As a child? Yes, he did. Made her stay out there till I got off of work to let my daughter in the house.
I'm just amazed.
Oh, yeah, I bet you are.
I've been around a long time.
Yeah, and you know what, Mr. Williams, I'm glad you used that phrase because I've been around a long time too. And your response and your reaction is typical to a person that is an abusive person and a controlling person. That little smirky smile, I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, you know, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know nothing. Hey, not me. Hey.
Today, Walter Williams and Yvonne Williams bring their case before Judge Mablean in divorce court, where real couples deal with real life.
All rise. Court is now in session. Judge Mablean Ephraim presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is the matter of Walter Williams versus Yvonne Williams. After 15 years of marriage and no children, you want a divorce, you want him to pay you spousal support, you say your husband is just an overly mean, evil person and you can't take it anymore.
That's right, Your Honor.
You say all I tried to do was provide for my wife and her children.
That's right.
And set some rules and orders in the house. You want him to pay you spousal support. Okay,
Your
tell me
Honor,
what's going on after 15 years.
After 15 years, you'd want to know why I want to divorce this man? He's standing over there looking like he's innocent, but really that's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Is it?
That man is evil, very evil. He tries to downplay people and make them think that he's all nice and sweet. But when we out in public, yeah, I'm Yvonne. Oh, this is my wife. I want you to meet my wife, Yvonne. But when we at home, I am the capital B-I-T-C-H.
Really? That's
Yes.
what that's how he refers to you?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Totally
I am the
disrespect you.
B-I-T-C-H.
Wow. So
And-
he has a public image and a private
Yes,
image.
he does. Or when people come around, you know, his friends or whatever, whoever he want to invite over to the house, yes. Oh, yeah, this is my wife. Y'all want y'all to meet my wife. Yeah, but when they go home, dang, look at this house. Look at you. Make me sick. Y'all all make me sick.
Really?
Yes, he does, Your Honor. I can't do nothing right for this man. I can't cook right for him. I can't clean the house. I do the laundry. It ain't even done right. He stopped me from doing his laundry because he said his socks wasn't clean enough.
Really? How long ago was that?
This was like after 3 years. Okay, the first 3 years of our marriage, it went good. Don't get me wrong. And he was trying to provide for us then. But you know what?
What's us? You have any children?
I have 2 children. I have a daughter and a son.
And how old were they when you married?
They were 8 and 6.
Okay, so now you mentioned and said when his friends came over as though there was a difference between his friends versus your friends.
There was, Your Honor.
What was the difference?
When my friends came over, if they were single, I was not allowed to be around them.
No single friends?
No single friends was allowed. Yes, I'm telling the truth. They were not allowed to come to the house. His friends could come to the house whether they were single or married. The type of people I had to hang around, they had to be married or, you know, because when we got together, we got in church, okay? And that's what made our marriage good those 3 years.
Okay.
But then after a while, he started wanting to hang out with his single friend and started going out.
Oh, I see.
So then, you know, we befriended church people, so they was allowed to come to the house, but no single women were.
Just the church people?
Just the church people.
That he already knew?
And they were older than us, so he didn't mind that. If they was younger than us, no, they wasn't coming to our house.
So older people and married people,
right.
But no single people.
No single
and no
people.
young people.
And
could
no
come to the
young
house.
people.
What about your children? Could they have friends over?
There's my daughter right there, Your Honor. She could tell you if she was allowed to have friends. How he would make the friends, if they came to the house, they would have to stand outside. And
Stand
they
outside?
Yes, they
Stand
did.
outside.
Marquita, did they not have to stand outside?
I'm going to let her talk. So the kids' friends could not come inside? They couldn't have
No.
playmates in the house?
No, they could not.
All right, I'm
No,
going to
they
turn to
could
you,
not.
Mr. Williams. What's this all about? She right?
The way I feel about it, I wasn't being treated right because she wasn't being a woman. She wasn't being the woman that she's supposed to be to put the kids in order. What she called me, Dr. Helping Mr. John, well, she was worse than that.
Okay.
Because she always raising Cain about something. If I step out of the house, I'm going to see another later. I got tired of hearing all that.
Okay, so she
know what I'm
accused you
saying?
of cheating.
Every day.
And then you said she wasn't the woman with the kids. What did she do in terms of her children?
Well, far as she didn't keep them in check. You know, I'm the one that had to put them in check, and then when I do it, I'm too mean.
Okay, what do you mean by putting the kids in check?
I mean, you know, far as them doing their homework after school, stuff like that, you know, and cleaning up their rooms.
What else did your wife do that you thought she should have done? You said she wasn't the woman that you thought she was going to be when you married her. What does that mean?
Well, what that means is she listened to other people rather than listen to her husband.
Okay.
All them little old friends that she was talking about, the little single friends that come over and do nothing but start trouble. That's what I'm talking about.
She said the single friends weren't allowed to come over.
Yeah, well, they came. They came anyway. If
And
they
they
wasn't
started
coming, they
trouble.
was on that horn there, that phone, talking on that phone. So.
Okay, what about you calling her names and that B word instead about her name that God
I
gave
ain't gonna
you?
tell you I ain't never said that to her.
And what was that all about?
It was just a coincidence.
Coincidence. No
Yes.
particular reason why you called her
I mean, it
that?
happened, you know,
Coincidence?
we got to arguing and it just come out, you know.
Oh.
That's,
So if I raise my voice a little too much today, it may come out?
No, ma'am, it's
Oh,
different
okay.
now.
Just checking,
than it
just
is.
checking.
That's different. That's different.
I'm just
a different
checking.
person.
I just want to make
Been
sure.
born again, so I ain't got to go there.
All right, come on. No, let me hear from your daughter, Miss Johnson,
Yes.
Marquita Johnson.
Yes.
You're an adult now, right?
Yes.
How old are you?
21.
Okay, now. So you grew up in this household with this man your mother married,
Yes.
and before she married him, right?
Right.
Okay, so from your point of view, starting at age, 3, you've been in this house? Tell me about it. What went on? Out of the mouth of babes come the truth, usually.
This was my mean or evil stepfather. I mean, he was real hard on us. You know, we ain't never been no, you know, all out bad kids anyway. I mean, he would do things like if I forgot my key and left it in the house, he could be inside the house, Your Honor, and he wouldn't let me in. I would have to stay outside until
That's
my
right.
mom got home.
As a child?
Yes,
Yeah.
he did. Yes, he did,
He
Your
would
Honor.
not let you in the
He
house?
was inside
No.
the house, and he wouldn't even open the door, but made her stay out there till I got off of work to let my daughter in the house. He
What?
even
Okay, is
she
that
even,
right?
Yes,
Nah,
he.
that ain't
You don't
right.
remember any of
Yes,
that?
he
Yes,
did.
he
I
did,
ain't
Your
getting
Honor.
that. I'm
Yes,
not
he
getting
did.
that.
Yes, he
because
did.
Yes, he did.
When we
Ain't no
lived
way I'm gonna let my daughter stay
Yes, he
outdoors.
did, Your Honor. He wouldn't even give her lunch money. If I forgot to leave her lunch money when I was, because I always left early.
Now I'm letting her talk.
I ain't getting no
A child's point of view, as you know, going back when you were a child.
Right.
Go on with the lunch money story.
Okay. Well, like when we were in elementary school, our lunch money ain't but 40 cents. That's all my mom had to leave for us. And if she forgot to leave it, he wouldn't give me no 40 cents. I would have to borrow it from my friend or call my mom or something, or I would just have to go without lunch.
When divorce court continues, how will Walter react to this bit of Yvonne's testimony?
I would be on the phone talking to some of my friends. He came in on the tail end of a conversation we was having.
Williams, who says her husband is a modern-day Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Okay, what about your friends? Could they come over?
No, friends,
I said,
unless he
meet all
liked
the
them.
time
I had
back
a
at
few
the house.
friends that
She's
he,
talking to
kind
her.
of approved of. So if he liked them, they could come in. But if he didn't like them, oh, you got to go outside and talk to him.
Called them thugs.
Now keep in mind, we ain't talking
Now,
about
they may have been thugs.
We ain't talking about girls. We talking about some of them
No,
little wild-looking
we
guys
talking about
that I wasn't gonna have hanging around up in my house.
So anybody she dated was a thug?
No. She had some
Did
good.
you not have anybody that you approved of?
She had some good little friends, but they didn't do it right. That's all I'm trying to install in her. You got these little guys. They ain't want nothing. I
Your
just
Honor,
said
ask
one
him what a little
time.
sex.
That's it.
You trying to teach her that?
That's all I try to do.
I
hope.
see.
Your Honor, ask him what he did to my son.
Well, he not gonna tell me.
No.
Tell me, what I do to him?
Can I tell you? Yeah, well, I'll tell you.
So why bother to ask him? He's
He-
gonna say that you're not telling the truth.
You're right, because
What I
I'm
do to
lying
him?
about everything. But you know what?
Just tell some of that.
I'm telling the truth. He treated my son so different from them. So different from Marquita. He even tried to turn them against me. He used to take Marquita and tell Marquita, "You know your mama don't love you. She only love that old crybaby son she got." Yeah, he ain't nothing but a big mama's boy.
Now, you know,
He wanted him to get out there in that blazing sun and cut cut the grass. But he wasn't gonna get out there in that blazing sun and cut that grass.
hold on, what kind of job did I have?
My son got so
What kind
fed
of
up with
business did I have?
the lifestyle and the physical
what kind of
abuse
business I had.
that we was going through until he told me he didn't want to live in the house with us no more. He
had
ran
physical
away.
abuse too?
Yes, Your Honor, I was on the phone talking to one of my friends. Let's go back to my friends. I would be on the phone talking to some of my friends. He came in on the tail end of a conversation we was having, snatched the phone out of my hand and hit me upside the head. He hit me so hard I fell on the couch. When I did get up, I took off running.
Did you witness that?
Not that particular occasion,
But
but
you witnessed physical abuse?
Yeah,
Yes, he did.
a lot.
Yes, he was very physical.
I don't
Yes,
You
recall.
don't recall any of that?
I
Yes,
don't
he
recall
was, Your
none of
Honor.
that.
He hit me so hard he
It's
knocked
not
me on
funny.
the couch.
It ain't fun. I'm not laughing.
There
This
was
is
times
me.
when
I'm
they
not
couldn't
laughing.
find at a hotel, going through a hotel. I mean, it was.
He
was a
drug
lot
me down the
over
hotel by my hair. In the middle of the aisle, by my hair like a cave woman.
You must have me mixed up with that other man. you
No,
had.
what other man?
That
Come
other
on.
one you had.
You the one did it, cheating.
Was there something about your boyfriend that he did about something about Valentine's Day and a boyfriend?
Oh, yeah, he made him stand out in the rain. He lived in another city and that came to bring me a Valentine's Day gift, like, you know, most
He
people.
wasn't doing her right. He wasn't doing her right. He wasn't doing her right. And I didn't appreciate it.
You just
And I
didn't
let
like him.
know
He
in
just
my
didn't
way
like him.
that I
But
didn't
anyways,
appreciate it. He didn't do you right.
Okay, let her finish what telling
When
me.
he came over, it was raining that day, and he had gotten dropped off that day. So he didn't have nowhere to go.
He didn't.
So he had to just leave.
How old were you?
I was like 16 then.
Wow.
And I couldn't even get in the car and say, you know, I'll take you back home because he lived about 15 miles away from where we lived.
But your husband wouldn't allow you to
No,
take him home?
because he said, that's my car. You ain't taking nobody nowhere. That was his car.
So everything was his?
Everything was his.
What was the last thing? What caused you all to finally to separate?
He went and took my daughter and got credit cards in her name.
Credit cards in your door, in her,
Yes,
your name?
he did. And we found out because the day I came home from work, he didn't get in time. Got home early like he usually do. He got home late that particular day. I got home early. Something just told me check the mailbox. I was like, okay. I checked the mailbox, got the mail out the mailbox. There was 2 envelopes. Yes, I'm telling the truth. Yeah, you're right. It was 2 envelopes in there. He filled out a card with her social security number on, got him, and had maxed them out. He had maxed her.
Did you apply for those cards?
Well, the one, he had kind of, you know, told me to get one for emergencies. But there was like, I guess like a deposit you had to put on it. So he was like, well, I'll pay the deposit.
And I didn't know about any of that.
Okay, hold
And
on.
you can use the car for emergencies. Well, you know, he got the car earlier and didn't tell me.
You never got the card?
So I never got the card.
No.
I was expecting to get it, but
And you never used the card?
no.
No, never used
So all the
it.
charges were his?
All of them was his.
no,
And that was the straw that broke the camel's
You know
back.
anything about that?
Yeah, I know something about the credit card that she talking about, but I don't know nothing about that second card.
Yes, she can't even get the houses that she want to get because that shows up every time she goes to apply for a card.
How old were
For
you?
a house.
I was just turning 18, so I couldn't get
So
them.
your credit is messed up before you
Yes, it
become an
is.
adult?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Thanks to him.
Not thanks to me.
Dr. Jekyll and
It
Mr.
was
Hyde.
already messed up because of her.
No,
Her mama.
no.
It wasn't messed up
How
because
is
of
it
me.
upset because of her mother?
Her mama,
Really?
everything. They did things before they got to me.
Oh,
You know, before I even
Wait,
met her.
she was a child. You trying to say mother put the credit card in her name before she
No,
got
I
to
didn't
you?
say the credit card. No, it's other things that they had in her
Nothing
name.
has never, I have never took my kid's
yeah.
social security number, did anything. He the one took my son's social security number and had his lights and gas and cable put on when we were separated before.
That's a crime. You
Yes,
know
he
that.
did, and I had him
That's
shut
a real big
off.
crime. You know, I ain't finna commit no crime. I don't
Yes,
know
he
why she
did.
sat up
Yes,
here
he-
saying that.
Yes, he
saying
did.
that.
Yes, he did, Your Honor. Yes, he did.
I'm just amazed.
Yes, he did. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I bet you are. I bet
I'm
you
really
are.
amazed. I'm
I
not-
bet you are.
Okay, have a
man.
seat, Mrs. Johnson.
I
I
can't
bet
feel
you
none
are,
of this.
man.
It's just killing
I
me
bet
right
you
now.
are.
I've been around a long time.
Yeah.
And you know what, Mr. Johnson,
52
Mr. Williams, I'm
years.
glad you used that phrase because I've been around a long time too.
Yes, ma'am.
And I've been doing these cases for a long time.
Yes, ma'am.
And your response and your reaction is typical to a person that is an abusive person and a controlling person. When you start confronting them with it, it's like that little smirky smile. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's just me.
I mean, you know, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know
There
nothing.
you go.
I mean, you know,
That's him,
I
Your Honor. That's him.
don't know that. Ain't got no me.
That is him.
Not me.
Hey, that's just me.
That's
I can't
him.
help that.
When people are telling the truth about something and someone is lying on them, and they're adamant and they're able to articulate it well, they're able to express it, they're able to say what they did and didn't do without any shadow of a doubt, they're able to tell you exactly what's what.
I'm doing that.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No, you've been skirting and skipping and hopping all day long. Now, how much money do you earn?
How much money do I earn?
That was the
A
question.
week, a month, a year?
Give it to me any way you want to. I can figure out the
I
rest.
earn about $55,000 a year.
That's what you're going to tell me that you earn. You probably earn a little bit more when it comes down to
well, you know,
bonuses and all that other
There
stuff
you
and
go.
overtime and this and
Amen.
that.
A little
So we
overtime,
probably
yeah.
about $60,000 a year,
About
$70,000, huh?
65,
About 65, huh?
Yeah, we'll roll it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. And what about you, Mrs. Williams?
I make $1,400 a month because I get paid $714 every 2 weeks.
That when you was married to me.
Yeah, right.
Okay. And $1,400 a month and a 15-year marriage, huh?
Yes.
15 years.
Yes.
Well,
Can you
how
count?
many years you say?
15 years. I don't
Can
know
you
if 15
count?
years was not.
Can you count?
Okay, you don't know if it was 15 years or not. We don't want you to assume. I'm going to let you do a little adding and subtracting. When did you get married?
I don't even know that.
You don't know? So it may have been 20 years, huh?
Beautiful.
We've been married 15 years.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You know I'm getting ready to stick it, right?
I didn't leave her. She left me.
And what's that supposed to
I
mean?
mean, I don't see why
And
I
what's the point?
I
But you
don't see
abusing,
where I
doing
need to
abusing
handle
my kids and myself. I sure was
Stop.
leaving
I
you.
don't, I don't see where it should be nothing that.
You know what? You're not the first one that don't see it.
Well,
And I really don't need you to see it. I just need you to pay it. That's all I need you to do.
Cool, that's all right. That's all right. I'll make it. It ain't no problem.
Spousal
Don't
support.
hit me too hard. It ain't no problem.
Spousal support. $1,500 a month.
That's it. That's Can we
Not
go back?
enough.
Can we go back
Not
a little
enough.
bit on that? A little bit.
And you were married for 15 years.
You leaving out
and
something?
how-
I got kids of my own. to
No, I'm not
support.
leaving out anything. You didn't tell me anything. How old are your children?
My,
They're grown.
How old are your children?
They grown.
Oh, okay.
Still got to take care of them. If they call me and say, Dad, I need this, I got to get it to them.
Mr. Williams, let me give you the reality of life.
It is.
Here's the reality. Your spouse comes before your adult children. You don't have a legal obligation for your adult children. You have a moral obligation to assist them, but they really are on their own, and it's their responsibility to make it. And of course, being a parent, you're going to help them. But you have a legal obligation that I'm imposing upon you at this time to pay your wife $1,500 a month. I'm going to do a step-down order, do that for 5 years, and then we would go take it down to $1,000 a month, and that's to death or remarriage, and that's the order of the court.
Amen.
Parties may leave the courtroom.
I hope you stay single for the rest of your life, because I'm going to stay single for the rest of my life, because I don't ever want to meet another man like you.
And I need my money for them credit
misuse my
cards.
I feel
kids
the
and
same way about you,
take
too,
their
so.
credit and do what you did with their credit.
well,
Yeah, right.
that's
We're
life.
going to be
And I
all
hope you
right.
don't start
We
Yeah,
gonna
you'll be all right.
Yeah,
Joe
because
gave
you
you a
know
nice
what?
little
I've been
piece of change.
struggling, but I ain't going to struggle no more, Emma.
All
I'm going
right.
to help my daughter get her
Right.
credit right. Uh-huh, right.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm going to